Hey, paisanos!
My name's Jeff.
What kind of nonsense is this?
Guess what?
It's showtime.
Who's responsible for this?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my underground lair.
This is the coolest thing I have ever seen.
I ought to beat your brains in. I think I will.
What's good, baby? How's it going? It's me, Zach. Welcome to the show, episode 13. Charles, we've made it to 13 episodes.
Lucky 13, that's right.
And also, this is a special episode because this is the 4th of July episode.
It's the 4th of July!
For this episode, we're not going to follow any format at all. There's not going to be any segments, nothing like that at all. So we're just going to kind of chill and chat. And if anybody drops in the Discord and wants to talk to us, they can join. We also are doing something for the first time. We're live right now on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you're listening to us right now, you can feel free to type in, join us, or join our Discord and be a part of the show. Charles, how you been, buddy?
Yep. I've been good. Haven't been doing a whole lot lately, I guess. Got done with a bit of video editing here fairly recently.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with how it went. Can't complain too much, I suppose. But it's been an adventure.
Why don't you tell them a little bit about the video?
So the video isn't anything super special. I mean, obviously, everyone has to do a Minecraft Let's Play. Like, let's be real, if you're doing any kind of gaming content, that's one of the first things people will ask you is like, when are you going to do Minecraft?
Yeah.
So we've actually been putting in a little bit, spoilers ahead, but where we're going to try and do kind of a group Minecraft session. People are probably aware of that, like if you've watched the video that I put out, because we have some pretty obvious spoilers there that it's going to happen. But yeah, it'll be interesting. The process for editing it, obviously I learned a few things this time because it wasn't like from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. editing. It was actually a few day process of going at it hard, coming up with some ideas, like trying out some things that I hadn't tried before, but I'm reasonably happy with it. It's like I said, it's for the second video I've edited ever. Shoot, I'm pretty happy with how it went, I suppose.
Yeah. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I got some update real quick. Just one little update. I'm not gonna go through all these updates, but basically what I did was the Wired Rabbit asked me to join his YouTube channel to record some stuff. So I'm gonna be showing up every once in a while, recording some Let's Play material with him. And one of the first things we put up was a game called She Will Punish Them, and it's a hentai game. So if you like boobies and all that, this is perfect for you. But I will say
it's also not perfect for you because they're all censored.
Yeah, I was the one who had to edit the video, and good God, I have never been so scared of a nipple until that day. Every time I saw a nipple, I freaked out. I was like, "I'll put a bird over it, hurry!" And
put something there, get it out of here.
Oh, that's an ass covered up with a cat head. But
yeah.
It was interesting. It got me to mess with my tweening skills a little bit more, and we recorded some more material that will be coming your way, and I'm probably going to be editing these first few episodes, and then when Charles gets back and he's not as busy, then he's going to try to take on the editing role for the Wired Rabbit. So...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gonna try to branch out a little bit more. It's just like with everything, it's probably gonna be pretty lax until I know fully what I'm doing, but thankfully there's, if you're looking for video editing, there's a channel on here that I've been relying on so much that's literally called Video Editing in a Minute. And gosh dang, am I happy that someone doesn't take 20 minutes just to get to the point of how to do things. Because I'm not a big fan of watching a 20-minute video for 16 minutes and 20 seconds in, they tell me the one little thing I need to know, and then I'm like, okay, was that so hard?
Yeah.
So obviously, if you're going to listen to me and you want to do any video editing yourself, video editing in a minute, that I'm going to give him a shout out, because gosh darn do I love whoever runs that channel.
Yeah, go ahead and give him a shout out.
But yeah. So video editing in a minute. You're a lifesaver. Thank you very much.
Send me the link to his channel, and I will put it in the description. For
the show. Yeah, for sure. Like it's like I said, that is one of those things that it's like, I don't know. Like, again, I get that people are trying to hit like the word count in an essay, like, you know, quote unquote, but like, shoot, dude, if I'm looking for one little tiny thing that I just need to know, like, I'm gonna be a lot happier if I don't have to like look through a video and go, okay, is this what I'm looking for? No. Okay, what about this? Yeah, okay. Nope, okay, yep. All right, yeah, there it is.
Now, does he just cover DaVinci, or is it like other editing software as well?
He does Lightworks. It seems like he does Lightworks, he does DaVinci. He does some things that are like multi-video, which those are a little bit longer in his stuff. But yeah. I believe he even has some Adobe Premiere tutorials on there too.
I'll need to look him up.
Like shoot, he has a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah, I'll definitely need to look him up, because there's sometimes when I'm using Adobe and I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to do this, so I'm gonna try to look up. And then every video you look up, they either they take forever with their intro and they barely show you how to do it, or
but yeah, it's like it's a 3-minute intro for like a 20-minute video, and then they're sitting there for like ever going, okay, so let's say that I have a video over here and I want to do this. It's like, yep, okay, yep, I already know that. Okay, so let's get to the point. It's like, again, like 10 minutes later, they'll be like, so here's how you do this, and you're like, thank you.
Yeah, and then it's like they skip out a part of the video, like they expect you to know how to do certain things, and then you go in and you're like, I don't know how to do that. You skipped a step here, buddy. What are you doing? And it's like, okay, now I need to backtrack and find a video where you're talking about that specific step. And then when you do that, then they do the exact same thing again. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where it's definitely a bit annoying. It's like I said, I get it with the whole YouTube thing of like, oh, if it's not a 10-minute video, then you're probably not going to get very many hits.
Yeah.
But it's like, to me, like, I don't know, I learn better if you just tell me what the heck it is. If you have a 20-minute video and I'm trying to work, chances are I don't want to watch a 20-minute video on top of the, like, 6 hours that it's taking me to already edit something.
Right. It's like, I just want to know, I want to get fast, nasty, and finish it. What do I do here? Come on, show me.
Fast, nasty, and finish it. That's a good way to put it, though.
That's how you do it as an editor. You want it fast. You want it fast and nasty. What's the best bang for my buck here? Come on.
I mean, once you know what you're doing, it's not that bad. Like, you know, because of the fact that it's like, okay, yeah, well, that makes sense. Now, there's obviously some stuff that they don't tell you, like keyframing. Keyframing is, you have, like, DaVinci Resolve, for instance, will automatically add keyframes whenever you stop and you start to edit values. Mm-hmm. It'll put up a keyframe automatically, so that's great. But I didn't know that at first, so I kept screwing up all my keyframes because it was like, oh my god, like, wait a minute, it didn't keyframe this right. Then it's like, well, like, shoot, it's putting in keyframes already. Like,
right. I'll say this though, when it comes to like watching you edit in DaVinci versus me editing in Adobe, it's like, good god, like, it's so different from what I'm used to.
Yeah, and that's going to come along with any kind of editing software, I'm sure, where what's actually going on or what's going down at the time, like, and how you're editing and how you're putting in keyframes. Like, you're so used to something. Like, this is what I told people whenever I was training folks, is that it's like, don't watch what I do and expect that, like, you'll be able to do it if you have like, you know, whenever I was teaching people how to sew, for instance, it's like if you sewed before, it's like, yeah, I want you to do it this way, but the problem is you're used to doing it another way.
Right.
So you end up like trying to use that kind of knowledge base you already have, where it can help you depending on some certain things. Like I've had people show me things that I was like, whoa, that's a lot easier. Like, yeah, I'll start teaching people that way. But then I've also had people that it's like they've been sewing for years, and I would try to tell them, like, you know, okay, like, you're working with a different material here. Like, it's not going to be the same. Like, you can't mess up and keep going back, because it's like when you're sewing hiking gear, for instance, you're working with waterproof material. Once you stitch into waterproof material, it's not waterproof anymore if you have to keep going back and cutting like the cord and then trying to re-sew it. It's like, you better hit those spots exactly. Like, and that's what was so weird to me, is that you'd have people that they know their way around a sewing machine, but they don't seem to get it, that you're like, okay, if you make holes, guess what you do? You go, you turn your dial down slowly to make sure you hit that first hole, because guess what? Every stitch after that is going to hit.
Right.
But then you'd have people that they'd be like, oh, well, I sewed in too far. It's like, you know what? That could still pass. Like, you just took all this out to try and correct it, and now you're going to screw it up more, because it's like, before maybe it would have passed. I don't know. Like, maybe it would have passed quality control, but now it's definitely not going to, because now you've sewn 3 different hole lines in this thing, and we're not going to be able to get rid of those holes. Like, you're not going to be able to make that work. Like,
right.
I don't know. It's not quite the same with editing, like, in a virtual format, because you can always just say, like, revert to the last save, and you're fine.
Yeah. And we all know that saving an editing program is essential.
Yeah.
I think we
you need to every time your brain thinks, huh, like, I could lose this work or anything. Like, even like you do a small edit that you're happy with, save it immediately.
Yes.
Just in case, because I had that happen where I was keyframing. I keyframed like probably 8 seconds, and then DaVinci crashed, and it was like, because I did some other stuff after that wasn't as hard as the keyframing. But then whenever I loaded it back up, it didn't have any of the keyframing done. So it was like, oh God, why?
Help!
Yeah, it literally is that kind of level of like, help!
Yep.
Jesus!
I know exactly what you mean. I've been down that road many times, and it sucks when it happens, but it eventually like reprograms your brain. It's like, okay, I need to save. Like, okay,
oh
I need to save.
yeah, like any time that the thought comes across your brain of I could get totally screwed here if I don't save right now, then you get used to better save, like, immediately. Like wow, I'm really proud of this. Better save.
I better go ahead and do it. Just be safe.
Yeah, no, that's literally what it becomes, is like, I better take care of this, like, now, because if not, I just, like, it's so soul-crushing whenever you have, like, an hour worth of work that you've done, and then, like, your thing crashes, and you're just like, oh, no.
And then you're in such a shit mood, you're like, I'll work on it later.
Yeah, and then you work on it later, and the problem is you don't do as good of an edit as you did.
Yep.
Because you just want to get it out of the way. Like, you're like, I've already done this once.
And then when you watch it again, you're like, people are like, oh, this is really good, but like, it could have been better.
Yeah, and that definitely, like, it hurts. That's the only way to put it.
It does hurt. Like, it's like for me as a comic book artist, or whenever I write comics and I finish a comic and people read it, they look at it like as a reader. But me, as the creator, I look at a comic as like, I know exactly what I went through during that time putting that comic together. So like when I go and look at a page, they're like, oh, I like this, and I look at it and go, yeah, I was not in a good frame of mind when I worked on that page. That was a terrible time of my life. And
yeah.
And it's like, you wouldn't believe how many times I've had to redraw this page. It's a nightmare. So, like, it's interesting when you look at stuff like now, especially, and that's something that I kind of want to bring. We talked about it before, but we talked about it off the show. Is when you start getting into like editing type programs and becoming an editor or doing this and that creatively, you start to see the world differently. And
oh yeah, yeah.
When you watch something on TV or in the movies or just listen to music in general, you go, that I think I know how they did that, and or like I wonder what sound effect they used here, kind of thing. And it's interesting that when you do editing that you pick up on that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, you look at something and your entire thing is like, oh, I know what I would do here, but, like, you know, maybe they're doing something else. It's just like I said, like, working on Trail, it's funny. Working with sewing, working as a, like, you know, learning editing now even. I'll watch things that other people have done, and it's interesting because of the fact that, like, they're like, it's a new perspective that you have. You pick up on things that otherwise was never a thought in your head.
Right.
Like, working on Trail, it's funny because I've looked at some video games that people have made that are like indie games, and they'll just have, like, you know, screen, like, you know, pictures that they took for, or things off Google Maps or whatever, let's say. That, like, and it's an interesting style choice, but for me, it almost, like, kills it, because you'll be watching something where it's like, this guy is on an abandoned trail, or, like, you know, he's, like, in the woods somewhere, and they'll be walking along a trail, and I'm like, that's not a deer path. Like, somebody, like, you can look at the ridges and, like, the sides and how things are built, and it's like, this is a well-maintained trail. Like, this is like this is a trail that this guy went to, found nobody else on the trail, started taking pictures. And don't get me wrong, it's a good stylistic choice, but the problem is once you've worked on trails, you can look at the trailhead and you can look at the, like, the ridges, you can look at, like, the backflow, you can look at everything on that trail, and you can be like, this is a really well-maintained trail.
Everybody else playing the game is like, oh, this is great, and then Charles is like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, like, you ain't gonna have a trail like this unless there are people out there, like, at least, like, once every couple months, like, taking care of that shit. Like, but, you know, that's the same with sewing. Like, I can't go clothes shopping now without looking at material and looking at how they sewed it and being like, wow, that's a really crappy cross stitch.
Oh my god. That's like whenever I go to, because I used to work in retail a lot, so, like, I'm used to conditioning shelves and bringing product up front. So whenever I go to a store now, and I see products in the back of the shelf, it's a habit now. Like, I feel like I have to bring it forward and straighten it up and make it look really nice. And then everybody like, you don't work here, Zach. Like, leave it alone. That's the employee's job. They get paid to do that for a reason. It's like, I know, but they're doing a really shitty job doing it.
Yeah, it almost makes you mad because you're like, what? Like,
yeah.
Like, how could you do? How could you do this way?
Yeah, idiot. Let me show you how to do it.
Yeah, and that's what's kind of funny about it, though, in its own, like, way, is the fact that you have that kind of prior knowledge, and you can just, like, spot shoddy work, or you can just spot, like, you know, shoddy whatever it may be, and your whole thought process is, like, you're kind of looking at it and you're like, wait a minute, like, this don't seem right.
This isn't right. Well, moving on, I guess I do have one more update. It's good news is what it is. We've been needing this good news for the show. Every episode I put out, I'm sitting here saying,
I promise the animation will get done. I promise we'll get this fixed. Well, we're backtracking again because there's this, that, and the other.
But Charles can confirm this with me. I was doing some test animations today. I bought, like, a shit ton of new lighting for my set. And I finally got it. I finally have it figured out, and I know this without a doubt in my mind, because I did, like, 2 test recordings, and tried the Chroma Keying out, and I could say, people, the animations are coming. They are finally coming.
Heck yeah.
So
Sounds
I'm
good
excited.
to me.
So we'll be releasing some animations on the Obscure Cartoons YouTube channel. And with this new program I've been looking at, I'm not going to say what program it is yet because I haven't tested it out. And it's going to be a lot of work to get it set up. But it's possible I will be releasing other types of animations that will be a little bit easier for me to quickly pump out, and they'll still look good. And I'm excited for it. I'm hoping it works out. If it doesn't, then hey, we're gonna give it a try and just say we tried. That's really all we can do.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you really can do at the end of the day. Definitely pulls into that kind of mindset of like, shoot, even for some of the stuff I was doing, like the chroma keying, sort of, and like it's harder than some people like would think it is, because you get some stuff that it's like, effectively the colors aren't quite right, or this or that isn't quite right, or if your lighting isn't perfect, or if the lighting on whatever it is you're trying to chroma key out, then you get like those weird ripples, you get this or that, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, like with Chroma Keying, it's weird because like it's one thing to take a video from YouTube that's designed for Chroma Keying, and the most you'll have to do is like maybe soften it a little bit to like get rid of the green outline on something.
Yeah, or you can like, you know, set the variable so that the chroma key will pick up on more colors or more of a wide range of colors.
Right.
And it's like, okay, yeah, I can still cut that out.
But the one thing when it comes to Chroma Keying that was an issue with on my end was the way it was my lighting is what it was. And because of the way my lighting was on my animation set, it was just like a nightmare. Like my characters started like blending in with the color of the background, and so you would see them just disappear into the background.
Well,
it was annoying.
You also see that, like, you see that a lot in like streamers who will try and chroma key out things, where like they'll hold up a water bottle and like the water bottle is invisible. Like I've noticed that a lot on say videos that I've watched, where you have people who will try and chroma key out a certain color in the backdrop. Like, this is a pretty big thing in showcase videos. If they'll have, like, a backdrop that they'll try and show you something, well, it's, like, close to the color green that they're trying to chroma key out. So, like, the thing they're trying to show you is just completely invisible, and you're like, what the hell are you showing me?
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Oh, I just realized that Alex is in here. Hey, Alex. How's it going, buddy?
Got back from taking my mother to the hotel so she can go to the airport.
Oh yeah? So you're going to be alone for a few days. No wild parties? Anything like that planned?
A few days. You can be here in like a day or two?
Nah, not that soon, sadly.
Okay, good.
I'll be there. I'll be there eventually, but you know, I don't expect any wild parties. At least not until you know.
No, I'm good. I'm just trying to get this stand that I got for like a multiple monitor setup.
Yeah. Ooh, it won't be too bad. I know. I'm just planning on because I've got a TV that, like, it's funny to me how cheap TVs are now, but I just got a you know, fairly big, like, not a huge screen TV, but a fairly big screen TV that it's I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna wall mount it, like, save some desk space. Like it's a light, it's an LED whatever D TV, so hey, like, you know, it'll work.
Oh, and Zach's joined us.
The second Zach has arrived.
Welcome, second Zach, to the special 4th of July episode.
Yay!
Stankmate, more like.
What'd you say?
I said stankmate.
Oh, I thought you said spankmate.
We don't want to go there.
Giggity.
How you been, Zach?
It's nice having you here.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Like, is that how you've been, or is that how you're feeling right now?
Both.
Okay, you know what? Like that's fair. That's fair.
Who can argue with that?
No, I've been playing Borderlands 3.
Oh, how's that going?
Oh god, Borderlands 3.
Oh, fun.
I have
the new content.
I have so much that I could complain about that game. I'm gonna hold off. The gameplay is great. Love the skills, the abilities, love the guns. Just the storyline of it. Oh man, like that's what I.
Funny.
it's funny, but god dang, like whenever I played it, like the whole time I'm just like what kind of sense does this make? Like,
It's not supposed to make any. That's the point. The whole point of Borderlands.
well, no, but they're trying to make it make sense. That's the problem.
No, they're not.
It's like, no, no!
This is why the Borderlands community is so split, everybody.
Okay, so we're live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch as well right now. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out in my head how I'm going to put this all together when editing.
You don't. You just leave it. Who cares?
Yeah, you just make it raw. Make it as raw as it can be. Raw dog it.
No, don't say
I hate that. I hate that term. Don't
That's
ever
a
say it to me again.
That's a
Don't you
terrible
ever
term.
don't you ever tell me to raw dog it again.
Oh god.
Well, now I know how to make Zach extremely comfortable.
Extremely angry right away.
There you go.
Don't do it, Alex. Oh man. So
And you'll be least expecting it. We'll throw you off.
That's the best way.
we're gonna be sitting there recording, and then you're just like raw dog, and I'm like, oh fuck, Alex, fuck you, Alex.
And that shit out now. Damn it.
You're gonna be in the middle of a character, and I'm just gonna do that, and then you're just gonna break character.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a line,
Honestly-
recorded, and you're gonna be like, so raw dog.
So we raw dogging tonight? What's going on? But no,
No.
honestly, breaking character, that was one of the big things in the Phasmophobia recording that we did.
Oh yeah, we did.
Like the freaking so for those of you who aren't aware, Phasmophobia, it's become a bigger thing, but I know there are some people who don't know exactly what it is. It's basically a ghost hunting the game. You're trying to figure out what the ghost is. Like there's different categories. You're hunted by the ghost, and it can get pretty intense. But me and Zach were recording an episode of Phasmophobia, where we were like, all right, we'll do a whole skit, whatever. We were in the middle of the skit. I turn around and I'm in VR, so for me it's like everything's there for you. I turn around and I see the ghost right in front of me. I just went, just ran away because it's like, oh god, because it scared the ever living crap out of me.
Yeah, he got spooked.
I did.
Runs in physical real life and breaks the VR headset.
Well, the thing is that in the VR headset, I don't have a 360 setup, so it's all forward facing. So I did kind of turn around. My joystick started messing up because it's it can't see me anymore. So it was just oh god, get me out of here.
Yeah, he broke character real quick in the skit.
Yeah. Zach
were
was
sitting
over there on the other side of the room. He didn't see the ghost, but he just probably heard me go, "Ooh."
Let me put it to you this way. When it comes to video games, I'm completely oblivious to most shit in video games, if you haven't noticed already. I could be playing Minecraft, and something's shooting at me, and I'm just not paying attention to it.
Wait, should I bring up us playing Gunfire Reborn the other night?
I knew it was going to come up eventually.
Yes. For the love of God, yes.
So
Anything for
we
you
were
guys
playing-
to laugh at, for me to cry.
We were playing Gunfire Reborn, and the funniest thing about it is in the game you can go down, and people have a chance they can pick you up. Zach was running around just breaking pots. And me and another guy were both down. We're like, Zach, get us. And he's just dum-de-dum, just breaking shit. And it's I was just like, are you kidding me?
Own little world. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, no.
I was in my own little world. That's the thing. Anytime that I see a pot that can break, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna break that.
Even when you don't even have the thing that gives you extra loot.
This is why you should always hand me hidden treasure or something.
Well, that's why I've started to, because it's I have to, because you're just compulsion. There's a compulsion that Zach has in any game that we play where if there's a breakable object, he's like, ooh, give me.
I can't help it.
He's candy. Whoa, he's candy.
And then when we were doing the boss battle, Like, as soon as we were finished with the boss, Charles was like, I could tell that Zach he must have found like a point where it was safe and just ran around the entire map and just started breaking everything. That's exactly what happened.
Because I started looking around, I see all this like money and loot just sitting everywhere, and I'm like, well, I can tell Zach took his chance because we just got done with the fight and everything's already broken.
And I felt bad when he said that because he was right. I waited for that moment so I could just go around and break shit.
Man, why the heck is the boss like not dying as quickly? Wait, Zach!
Hey, nobody noticed. We made it.
Yeah, no, we beat it. Like it was like we ended up overcoming. We persevered, but it's just funny to me now because I look for that. Like, hey, where are all the pots? Wait a minute.
Oh, there he is.
Yep.
Well, now you know what to expect. Now you know what to expect when you play games with me.
Let me jot this down. Don't play Borderlands 3 with Zach.
No, play it with him because he'll find all the best loot for you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he'll just
I'll be the looter.
The way the ammo works in that game is it's randomized to your character. If you don't hit that box, you're not getting ammo.
Oh no, Borderlands 3 they actually kind of revamped it so that everybody gets their own loot, depending on like what mode you're playing.
This is not in boxes.
Really?
Not in boxes.
It's been a while since I've played.
It's instance loot when you're killing shit, but on boxes, no.
Ah, gotcha.
When it's ammo boxes, it's randomized to you.
I'll tell you
Random.
this. If you guys thought I was bad in Gunfire, you should have seen me in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It was bad.
Oh, if every single person... Oh my god.
I would, you know that one building where you go in and there's a guard, he's like, don't break the pots, and there's like pots everywhere? I broke every damn... I would purposely break them, leave the room, come back in, and break them again.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Can't help
I mean, that's what I love about it, though, is that it definitely sets up for just, like, the fun of everything, as opposed to, like, just being hyper-focused. Like, you know, like, there are games that you play that, like, you almost have to be hyper-focused, but,
Tarkov.
I don't really like those kinds of games, though, because it leaves way too much for people to actually get mad. Whereas if you're playing a game where it's like, there's no real, like, whatever or risk or this or that, then, you know, you can just have fun with it. You can, like, kind of playfully jab at people without, like, worrying too much about somebody getting angry.
Yeah, it's like Borderlands.
I'll tell you a game that's not good to be hyper-focused in, and that's this new game I've been playing. What's it called?
Noida.
Noida. Fuck, is this game hard.
You have to be hyper-focused in Noida, dude. Noida is like one of those roguelikes where it does not give you space to mess up.
Like, what doesn't help, though, is like I'll sit there and I'll notice like gold buried in the ground, like, oh, I need to get that. I want that gold. I want money. And then something comes up and starts attacking me. I'm like, fuck, no, I really want that gold. And
yeah, no, that's definitely the time that you don't want to be hyper-focused in that game. It's definitely take care of anything that you possibly see first, then worry about the gold later.
Yeah.
He would never play Tarkov then. Don't ever play Tarkov.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a hyper-realistic shooter game.
I highly doubt my computer can...
Looter shooter game, mind you. Looter shooter. Every fucking thing can be looted.
Oh, this sounds like my kind of game.
Everything can be looted.
That's honestly one of the reasons I stopped playing, like, PUBG, games like that. Because those, it's like, I'm used to skill, like, you know, like, skill and, like, kind of luck, because I like roguelikes. But PUBG, it's like, okay, well, if you don't get lucky right away, you're like one of three things always happens in PUBG, or PUBG-type games. Battle Royales, I guess I should say.
BRs.
Yeah, like either you find something right away that you're like, awesome, and then you get sniped, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, cool. I'm glad I had a chance to defend myself. Or it's, you get lucky right away, and then you run into nobody for the entire game until, like, the very end, and you're just kind of like, wow, there was, like, a 30-minute point there where I didn't see anything or anybody or whatever happen. Or you get unlucky, you don't find Jack, and then you get killed because you didn't find Jack. That's like the 3 things that have always happened to me in those types of games.
The only VR I know of that fixes that completely is COD. You drop with a gun, you can instantly get your loadout as long as you get enough money, which is stupid easy, and you will always see someone.
Yeah, yeah.
COD VR literally fixes every single one of those issues.
VR shooter games are so, like... Obviously, I've never been in the military, so I can't say that, like, oh, I know how it feels, because that's, BS, like, to the extreme. But at the same time, it's like... you're fighting a guy, and then you get shot in the back, and it's just like, well, dang. Like, I really hate the fact that I have spatial awareness here, because I get screwed.
Oh, that felt good.
Or, like, a lack of spatial awareness, I guess, like, maybe the term that I'm going for, because... It's like, you're actually just seeing what you would see if you were in a, like, run and gun type situation in real life. But VR, I will say, I love VR, but man, I need a better setup for it, because what I have right now is, like, smaller space. Like, Beat Saber, great game to VR if you're forward-facing. Any other game, it's like, I find myself turning too much, and I don't have a 360 setup, like I said. So it's like... Yeah, like, things just start, like, wigging out on you. You're like, why is everything wigging out? And then you lift up the headset, and you're like, oh, that's fine.
Oh, I'm in my bathroom. Oh.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
Oopsies.
Those self-contained VR, where there's no wires, it's just all on you, I think that's really fucking dope.
Oh, yeah, no, it's kind of amazing... Well, it's kind of amazing that they went from, like, VR that requires, like, the sensors and this and that in order to play to, hey, this is just freestanding, it's going to do all the work for you, period. Like, the fact that we went from, like, one to the other within, like, 5 years, like, that's pretty damn amazing, in my opinion.
Do you remember the freaking, the Xbox thing? Where you had tape it on...
Oh, Kinect? Yeah, the Kinect.
Kinect, yeah, that was like the first iteration of,
dude,
like,
Fruit
at
Ninja.
least tracking you, period.
Fruit Ninja was like my jam whenever I had Kinect.
God. Let's just take it back to the very early motion. Let's go back to the Wii, shall we?
No, if you want the very earliest motion... The very earliest motion was honestly, you had some old gaming consoles, like, I'm talking like, it seemed like ancient.
Well, the NES had that.
Well, yeah, no, the NES and then like a few other ones, but they would actually have the sensor bar up there. Now, to be fair, it was just gunning games, so it's not like it was anything like, as immersive as we have now, but it was still the fact that you could have like a game like that back in the day where it would, like, track what you were doing or where you were shooting, or it had the light detection, this and that, like, that's always been something that it's like, well, dang, like, we went from that, and, like, people being able to cheat by just, like, pointing it at a white space and there you go, to, like, full-on, like, Boneworks. Boneworks, that is such a crazy thing to play into, because... You'll do, like, a 4-hour stint. You don't even realize it's been 4 hours.
Just wait. We're going to have full dive RPGs here soon.
Listen, okay? I know you Sword Art Online people. I know how immersed you are and that you want it. It's
going to have full dive.
And it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be messed up is what it's going to be. Because, like, you're going to have to plug your brain into it. And then, like, you're going to be getting, like, in Futurama, you're going to have, like, brainwave ads, like, fucking put to your head.
No, we're just gonna get trapped in the fucking game like Sword Art Online.
That would be... The problem is, I don't feel like it's ever gonna become that immersive, because you're gonna have people that are gonna be like, this is my real life, not what's out there.
They're gonna get to the point where you can transfer your soul into, like, an actual, like, game avatar.
God, I would hate that. That would be hell. That would just be hell. We already...
That would...
That
would
would
a whole new layer to people who would swat you. They just trap you in your game.
We already have
augmented reality.
Well, we also already have haptic suits. Like, haptic suits are already like, I can feel what's in VR. Whoa.
Like Ready Player One?
I would, like, it's like I said, I feel like that would be hell, because it's like you'd have people that's like, this is my life now, and then you, like, say, hey man, you want to hang out? And they're like, no. I'm playing Ready Player One, and you're like, dude, like, come on, I want to go out to eat somewhere, and they're like, oh.
We haven't seen you in like 5 months.
The funny thing is, Ready Player One is such a parallel to Sword Art Online, and the director for Ready Player One had no fucking clue about Sword Art Online.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like the concept's been used before Sword Art Online. Like there was Dot Hack, and then there's like Digimon.
I'll tell you
they've
what,
done the same thing.
Who the heck remembers Code Lyoko?
Yes.
The main thing about Code Lyoko to me that I always remember is the 5-head that everybody had in that show.
Oh God, yes.
No, it wasn't a 5-head. That was a 10-head, dude.
Well, no, it was. What was it? I don't think it was Korean. I think it was a French animation.
Yeah, no, it was French. Yeah.
Very French.
Actually, a lot of the French animations that you have are actually really, really interesting. Like Code Lyoko, I was more just like fixated on the 5-head, but then they had another show that was around the same time that was like some weird like 2D 3D mashup, just kind of like that, but I can't remember the name of it. But god dang, like that show was very interesting because of the fact that it was very much played to like the fantasy setting. Mm-hmm. But man, I'm gonna have to look that up. I can't remember the name of it. Like what the heck?
I'm thinking it's Wakfu.
Yeah, Wakfu, that was it. Yeah. Because Wakfu was definitely an interesting one to watch just because of the fact that, like, I don't know, like, you see a lot of animes coming out now that do this weird 3D, like, kind of thing, but I'm always, like, I'm so off-put by them because the 3D seems like a crappy 3D. I don't know, but...
They're all using the VTube type thing.
I guess.
The only 3D anime I've actually seen that's actually like meshes 2D with 3D fucking perfectly is Ufotable. Ufotable is a fucking brilliant studio.
Oh,
I
dude,
don't think I've ever seen that.
Speaking of anime from 2D to 3D, did you guys ever see the Mewtwo Strikes Back 3D?
Yeah.
That was weird. I mean, it was neat. But it was weird.
But now it's...
No, the funny thing about that is I, like, looked at it, I didn't even watch the thing, but I watched, like, just, excerpts, and I was like, this is literally just Pokemon the movie. Like, they just remade Pokemon the movie with, like, a weird 3D-ish style.
The only thing that was pleasant about it was like, oh, look, there's Brock and Misty again. Okay, I've seen this movie before already. I don't want to watch Pikachu cry in 3D now.
I don't want to watch Pikachu cry in 3D.
Please don't do this to me. No.
But no, Ufotable is the one that does Demon Slayer. And it was in theaters all around the world not too long ago.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we want to thank you all for joining the show. Zach and Alex, thank you. And we want to thank everybody for listening to the special 4th of July episode, and to everybody who was listening to us live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We will see you next time, and remember, what's good, baby?
What's good? Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show. What's Good Baby can be heard on Anchor FM, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and at our website at obscuredcartoons.com. Become a member on our Discord and join the fun and stay in touch with our community. Join the show as a special guest through the Discord and be heard. All links are provided in the description down below and on our website. Until next time, what's good, baby?